My name's Minty, I'm 22 years old and I've been a property guardian for nearly 2 years. There are so many derelict buildings and buildings that nothing is happening in them, and they've got so much potential to be someone's home. It makes a lot of sense to me. It was formerly a school, but then more latterly it was a neighbourhood office. So we've got the girls' toilets here and the boys there, and I just imagine everyone used the girls because they're the cleanest, but in fact everyone does stick to it, and the girls use the girls and the boys use the girls. And when we have friends over, they're like, oh, am I okay to go to the girls or the boys? So it's quite funny. And then we'll go through to the kitchen. This is just a general communal area. It couldn't be anybody's bedroom because it's sort of in between the front door and the kitchen, so people have to, use it as a gangway. So we sort of envisaged this to be a big sort of lounge living area, but we obviously just can't really fill it. And here's the kitchen. I'd imagine that initially it was a staff room. So it was very basic. We've put quite a lot in and made it quite homely, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's annoying having to use stuff like this. That's one thing I will love when I go to a sort of normal house, have proper kitchen facilities and equipment, and it will make me enjoy cooking a lot more. Okay, this is my bedroom. And somehow I've accumulated a lot of furniture. I think that when you have the space, you feel the need to fill it. So I've ended up with a lot of things. This is my bed area. These are my angel and devil. A friend of mine painted these. They're in my last room. I think I'll take them with me wherever I go. And yeah, everything I've got here, I've just sort of accumulated. People have given me things because they know I've got the space, so they said, oh, have my old sofa or whatever. In our last building, I think there was about 22 of us, and it was huge. So yeah, my room would have been, it was behind a load of trees. It would have been just here. And yeah, I had a really nice little back garden area. All this here was lovely grass and trees. We had hammocks and swings up. It was really nice in the summer. So this room used to be offices, and it's now our little gym area. So we've got the rings up and a few weights and weights bench. So yeah, we couldn't work out how to get these rings up, and we ended up having to smash 2 panels of glass that you can see there. Me and my housemate were just there with a hammer, and there was just glass going everywhere. We're like, yes, we're gonna get the rings up. This happened about a couple of weeks ago, and we came and saw all this glass and this window, and then this side as well, there's 2 more. And my housemate wrote this note: please stop breaking the windows, we live here and somebody could cut themselves on the glass. It makes a real mess for us to clear up. And then after she wrote this note, she bumped into a young boy in the shop right next door, and he said, excuse me, do you live in the old neighbourhood office? And she said yes, and he said, I'm so sorry, it was me that smashed your windows. See, I was playing football and my ball went through. Well, clearly this hasn't come from a football, and nor are the other two. But she just said, "Well, it's very good of you to apologise." So, and he seemed very sorry. So obviously we forgave him. But I mean, that's the thing. He obviously had no idea that people lived here. He just thought, oh, that old building that you never really see anything happening in. But you know, if this was someone's house, you'd never get some kids playing around and, you know, throwing rocks through the window. The benefit of living in buildings like this is often the council leave loads of stuff. So all these desks and all these little tables and so on, you know, when I leave I can take these with me if I like, because technically they don't belong to the council anymore, that they've left them. So yeah, that is one good thing of living in these buildings. You often get left behind a lot of things. The way I found out about being a property guardian was a friend of a friend did it, and she sort of explained it to me, and I thought that sounded really cool and what I'd like to do. And I just went from there, really. My ideal property to live in, gosh, I'd quite like to live in a lighthouse or something. I don't know, I just like quirky buildings, you know. If I finish work late or something and I've missed my class at my other gym, I'd come and do a little session in here. I try and come on a Saturday and a Sunday, probably about 2 or 3 times in the week, in the evenings. I think when you don't have the space, you lack the motivation as well to sort of get out and do something active. So I think you feel like you've got to be doing something with all this space around you, do you know what I mean? This morning we got an email from the Camelot, which is the property guardian company. Good afternoon all. We have had confirmation that Yardley Wood has been sold and all guardians will need to vacate on the 27th of May by 9 AM. Please find attached the termination letter. I mean, we got that today. And it will have been 6 months by the 27th of May. But at the last building we were lucky enough to have it for, I think the oldest guardians were there for about 2.5 years. So yeah, and I was there for 1.5 years, so. So obviously we're always needing boxes to pack up our stuff when we're leaving, so it's quite a good idea to keep them. So when we move in, these were my boxes, and luckily there's space to keep them. You don't know when you're going to need them again. You could need to pack up all your stuff in the next couple of months, so. I was only here for 6 months, so it doesn't feel long enough, really. One of the guys who lives here said he's always had really short notice. I think he was once somewhere for like 2 months, and then other times it's all been sort of on average about 4 or 5 months. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately. I'm going to move back to my parents for the sort of interim until there's another guardian property that is in an area that I want to live in. There's no point me moving sort of miles out. I may as well go back to my parents' house for a while, which will be horrible, but it's better than paying a load of rent and being in a not desirable area.
Take some time, look around. Steal the sun, hit the